Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone. Few things are more discouraging than putting in the work and effort to learn a foreign language, only to not use it for a while and forget a large part of what you studied. Once you have a good handle on a language, it's not hard to practice it so that it stays in the forefront of your mind. In this video, we'll take a look at 5 practical ways you can make your target language a part of your daily life so that you don't forget it. Number 1. Use language exchanges. The idea behind a language exchange is that you find someone who fluently speaks your target language and is also interested in learning your native language. During the exchange, you spend half the time speaking in the language you're learning and the other half in the language they're learning. This kind of exchange is a great way to practice your speaking skills and cement the material you've learned into your brain. One great thing about practicing through a language exchange is that your language partner is a fellow language learner. They will be able to sympathize with your struggles and even give you some insightful tips from their own personal experience. Most major cities will have at least one meetup or language club where you can practice languages with people from around the world. But sometimes it can be hard to find people who speak the language you're learning. If you can't find a local exchange, or if there are no native speakers in your city, you can connect with native speakers through online language exchanges. There are numerous free sites that allow you to search for users based on country and language and have a text, audio, or video practice session. Number 2. Immerse yourself digitally. Most phones, laptops, and apps will allow you to change the language of their interface. Why not change it to your target language? This simple change may seem small, but it can actually be an effective way to reinforce your use of the language. Your language skills are like a muscle. If you use them on a regular basis, then your skill in the language will be in good shape. The more you use your language skills, the easier it will be to remember things. However, if you go for long stretches without using the language, then you might have a problem. Those linguistic muscles will start to get weak before too long, and you'll notice a drop in your language ability. Simply changing the language on your electronic devices won't equate to any heavy lifting in a foreign language, but it could be comparable to a warm-up or a quick workout. Remember that you probably use electronic devices every day. If you can use at least some of that time thinking in your target language while using them each week, that adds up to a huge amount of time and can keep your knowledge fresh. Number 3. Teach others a language. You don't have to be an expert in a new language to lend a hand to another language learner. Helping a beginner through the language will not only make you feel good about helping someone out, it will also help you use the language and keep your skills sharp. Remember those language exchanges we talked about? Well, what if you looked for other learners so that you could help them in the language? Don't worry if you don't feel qualified to teach the language. They're not looking to get their PhD in linguistics. Most likely, a new learner would appreciate someone who's been down the road before, someone to show them some common pitfalls and shortcuts. Have you ever been a complete newbie in something and been graciously helped by someone with more experience? Pay it forward and be that expert to someone else. Your language muscles will thank you for it. Number 4. Keep a journal or blog. Writing out your thoughts in a foreign language is one of the best ways to sharpen your skills. It forces you to take time to construct sentences, and it will reveal your weak points very quickly. Journaling is also one of the easiest and cheapest ways to practice. All you need is a pen and a notebook. If you're not the journaling type, don't worry. You don't have to write an autobiography. Simply recounting your day or describing an experience will be enough to get your language juices flowing. The entries can be long, but they don't have to be. This exercise is flexible and can take any shape you want. Try writing short daily entries. You can even post them online for native speakers to correct. This way, you can hold yourself accountable and write regularly. There are several free sites that allow you to post an entry and have it reviewed by native speakers. Number 5. Entertain yourself in the language. Books, movies, YouTube videos, language learning websites, music, the list goes on. There's an endless supply of media out there, so you're likely to find something that interests you in your target language. Whether you love sports, rock music, or sewing, you're sure to find something to entertain you in your target language. Learning a language is hard, but remembering it doesn't have to be. These ideas are here to help jumpstart your brain. These aren't the only ways to practice your target language either. Do your best to use the language on a daily basis and make it a part of your everyday life. Remember, all languages aren't just spoken, they're lived. And for even more ways to use your target language every day, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what kind of movies do you like? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about movies and ask other people about their favorite kinds of movies. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Movies and TV PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng nakakatakot.
Once more with the English translation.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
What kind of movies do you like?
Gusto ko ng nakakatakot.
I like horror. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what kind of movies do you like? That's,
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
listen to it again.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo? Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Gusto ko ng
type of movie. This Filipino sentence literally translates as, I like a type of movie. But it means, I like type of movie. For example, I like horror.
gusto ko ng nakakatakot. Gusto ko ng nakakatakot.
Here are a few more kinds of movies you can use with the same pattern to talk about movies. Horror,
Nakakatakot. Nakakatakot.
comedy,
Komedya. Komedya.
fantasy,
Pantasya. Pantasya.
romance,
Kwentong pag-ibig. Kwentong pag-ibig.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng komedya.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng pantasya.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng kwentong pag-ibig.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what kind of movies do you like?
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy?
Komedya. Komedya.
Say, I like comedies.
Gusto ko ng komedya.
Now, answer the question saying that you like comedies.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng komedya.
Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy?
Pantasya. Pantasya.
Say, I like fantasy movies.
Gusto ko ng pantasya.
Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng pantasya.
Now imagine you like romantic movies. Do you remember how to say romantic?
Kwentong pag-ibig. Kwentong pag-ibig.
Say, I like romantic movies.
Gusto ko ng kwentong pag-ibig.
Now answer the question saying you like romantic movies.
Anong klase ng pelikula ang gusto mo?
Gusto ko ng kwentong pag-ibig.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk about movies. You are now able to talk about types of movies like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us what your favorite kind of movie is. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye!
In this video, you'll learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Filipino. Hi everybody, my name is Camille. Welcome to the 800 Core Filipino Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Filipino. But there's a twist. With each new lesson in this series, we'll include the previous lessons at the end. So, after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at filipinopod101.com. Click the link to the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Filipino. Okay, let's get started. First is Kumusta? Hello. Kumusta? Kumusta? Hello. Kumusta, Maria? Hello, Maria. Kumusta, Maria? Mawalang galang lang. Excuse me. Mawalang galang lang. Mawalang galang lang. Excuse me. Mawalang galang lang. Nakita niyo ba ang aso ko? Excuse me, have you seen my dog? Mawalang galang lang. Nakita niyo ba ang aso ko? Pasensya na. I'm sorry. Pasensya na. Pasensya na. I'm sorry. Pasensya na po. Hindi na po mauulit. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Pasensya na po. Hindi na po mauulit. Magandang gabi. Good night. Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi. Good night. Alis na ako. Magandang gabi. I'll go now. Good night. Alis na ako. Magandang gabi. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka, sir. Nice to meet you, sir. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka, sir. Kumusta ka? How are you? Kumusta ka? Kumusta ka? How are you? Uy, kumusta ka? Hey, how are you? Uy, kumusta ka? Oo. Yes. Oo. Oo. Yes. Oo, naiintindihan ko. Yes, I understand. Oo, naiintindihan ko. Hindi. No. Hindi. Hindi. No. Hindi. Ayoko niyan. No, I don't like that. Hindi. Ayoko niyan. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat. Salamat. Thank you. Salamat pero hindi ako ang nag-order nito. Thank you, but I didn't order this. Salamat pero hindi ako ang nag-order nito. Ako si. I'm. Ako si. Ako si. I'm. Ako si Erika. I'm Erika. Ako si Erika. Paalam. Goodbye. Paalam. Paalam. Goodbye. Paalam, ingat. Goodbye, take care. Paalam. Ingat. Masama. Bad. Masama. Masama. Bad. Siya ay lalaking masama. He's a bad boy. Siya ay lalaking masama. Mabuti. Good. Mabuti. Mabuti. Good. Ang gulay ay mabuti para sa iyo. Vegetables are good for you. Ang gulay ay mabuti para sa iyo. Maganda. Pretty. Maganda. Maganda. Pretty. Maganda ang damit mo. Your dress is pretty. Maganda ang damit mo. Pangit. Ugly. Pangit. Pangit. Ugly. Ang pangit na sisiw na pato ay naging isang magandang gansa. The ugly duckling became a beautiful swan. Ang pangit na sisiw ng pato ay naging isang magandang gansa. Madali. Easy. Madali. Madali. Easy. Ang pagrenta ng kotse ay hindi laging madali. Renting a car is not always easy. Ang pagrenta ng kotse ay hindi laging madali. Mahirap. Difficult. Mahirap. Mahirap. Difficult. Ang Ingles ay mahirap. English is difficult. Ang Ingles ay mahirap. Malapit. Near. Malapit. Malapit. Near. Ako ay nakatira malapit sa universidad. I live near the university. Ako ay nakatira malapit sa universidad. Malayo. Far. Malayo. Malayo. Far. Ang babae ay nakatingin sa isang bagay na malayo. The woman is looking at something far away. Ang babae ay nakatingin sa isang bagay na malayo. Maliit. Small. Maliit. Maliit. Small. Ang kotse ay maliit, ngunit ito ay talagang malakas. The car is small, but it's very powerful. Ang kotse ay maliit, ngunit ito ay talagang malakas. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at filipinopod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You'll also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time! Paalam!
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hello. Gusto ko sanang makausap ang namamahala.
Opo, sandali lang.
Once more with the English translation.
Hello. Gusto ko sanang makausap ang namamahala.
Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Opo, sandali lang.
Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's
Hello. Hello.
Then you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is,
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang
person. This Filipino sentence literally translates as, like I wish, speak with the person. But it means, I'd like to speak with person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Hello. Gusto ko sanang makausap ang namamahala. Hello. Gusto ko sanang makausap ang namamahala.
Now, how do you answer this question?
Opo, sandali lang.
Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again.
Opo, sandali lang. Opo, sandali lang.
This Filipino sentence literally translates as, yes, a moment only. But it means, okay, just a moment. Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge.
namamahala. Namamahala.
A sales representative.
Isang sales representative. Isang sales representative.
The manager.
Manager. Manager.
Customer service.
Customer service. Customer service.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang isang sales representative.
Opo, sandali lang.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang manager.
Opo, sandali lang.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang customer service.
Opo, sandali lang.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person?
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang
Person. And how do you answer it?
Opo, sandali lang.
Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say, a sales representative?
isang sales representative. Isang sales representative.
Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang isang sales representative.
Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang isang sales representative.
Opo, sandali lang.
Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say, the manager?
Manager. Manager.
Say, I'd like to speak with the manager.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang manager.
Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang manager.
Opo, sandali lang.
Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service?
Customer service. Customer service.
Say, I'd like to speak with customer service.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang customer service.
Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it.
Gusto ko sanang makausap ang customer service.
Opo, sandali lang.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to talk on the phone. You're now able to answer the phone like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell us and your fellow learners whom you'd like to call. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye!
Hi everyone, my name is Erica, and welcome to Filipino Top Words. Our lesson for today is 15 must-know family words. Ta-da! Pamilya. Pamilya. Family. Our first word is pamilya or family. Anim kami sa pamilya. Anim kami sa pamilya. There are 6 people in my family. So, in the Philippines, as usual, it's like when you ask people how many they are in their family, some would ask, oh, do we include all the extended members, the members of the extended family, or just the nuclear? Because there are cases when people live with with the members of the extended family, right? That makes for a really big family. Tatay, tatay, father, tatay, or father. Hindi nagagalit ang tatay ko. Hindi naggagalit ang tatay ko. In English, my father never gets angry. So my dad, he also doesn't get angry much. It's kind of weird because he's always like this mid-state between angry and not angry. But I remember when we were young, my sister doesn't really want to study well. She doesn't like take notes in school, and she's always in the toilet when there's like an important announcement by the teacher. I don't know why, how she can time that. So usually when she comes out of school, she doesn't know what happened in class, and she doesn't know the assignment, she doesn't know anything. There was one time that he got really mad, so he made Giliw, that's my sister's name, Giliw, which means dear in Filipino. It's like a very cute name. He was so mad, he made her kneel on, what do you call this? Mongo beans, mongo seeds, right? Hello, Giliw. Asawa. Asawa. Husband or spouse. Asawa or husband. Ang aking asawa ay binalak magpari, ngunit buti na lang, hindi natuloy. Ang aking asawa ay binalak magpari, ngunit buti na lang, hindi natuloy. My husband planned on becoming a priest, but I'm thankful he didn't go through with it. Who thought of this? So in Filipino, actually, when you say asawa, it can mean both husband and wife. So actually, the best translation for asawa is spouse, right? So when you want to specify that the asawa that you're referring to is male or the husband, you would say asawang lalaki, right? He could have been a priest saving the world, but yeah, thankfully, he didn't go through with it according to the sentence. Or probably he's now regretting his decision, we don't know. Anak na lalaki. Anak na lalaki. Son. Anak na lalaki. Or son. Si Ted at Tina
ay may 4 na anak na lalaki. Si Ted at Tina ay may 4 na anak na lalaki. Ted and Tina have 4 sons. When you want to say son, you would add lalaki, which is male, so anak na lalaki. Or if you want to say daughter, then you would say anak na babae, babae for female. Usually you just say, oh, my kid, right? My kid, actually. Ang anak ko, hindi na naman pumasok sa eskwelahan. My kid didn't go again to school. That was my mom's line every time when we talked about Giliw. Because Giliw really doesn't like taking down notes. Kapatid na lalaki. Kapatid na lalaki. Brother. Kapatid na lalaki. Or, in English, brother. Ang kapatid niyang lalaki ay napakatalino. Ang kapatid niyang lalaki ay napakatalino. His brother is extremely smart. Here, kapatid again is a gender-neutral word, which means sibling. So if you want to say brother, you would add lalaki to kapatid. So it will be kapatid na lalaki. Or if you want to say sister, then it will be kapatid na babae. Babae meaning female. In the family, there's always ways of calling brothers, sisters, right? So for an older brother, you would say kuya. For elder sister, you would say ate. Tiyo, tiyo, uncle. Tiyo or uncle. Ang tiyo ko ay masipag. Ang tiyo ko ay masipag. My uncle is hardworking. So usually, younger people would call uncles as tito. So they would just call them tito. You can also say tito to anyone like a bit at the same age as your tito. For instance, like you meet someone and then you start talking to this someone, but they're kind of like more of a like mom-dad image. So you would call the dad image as like tito, right? Something like that. Lolo. Lolo. Grandfather. Lolo or grandfather. Magaling mag-Ingles ang aking lolo. Magaling mag-Ingles ang aking lolo. My grandfather has excellent English. Biyenang lalaki. Biyenang lalaki. Father-in-law. Biyenang lalaki. Or father-in-law. Ang aking biyenang lalaki ay nakakatakot. Ang aking biyenang lalaki ay nakakatakot. My father-in-law is scary. Nanay. Nanay. Mother. Nanay. Or mother. Walang katulad ang aking nanay. Walang katulad ang aking nanay. There is no one like my mother. Because my mom is weird. She's very funny. I don't know. I think she was normal. Now she's a mom. When I'm away, I talk to her on Facebook video, right? Video call. And then so I talk to her. And the first thing that she noticed after so many things that I discussed with her, like, oh, this, like, how graduate school is, blah, blah. And then her immediate reaction is, oh, did you change your sheets? Kapatid na babae. Kapatid na babae. Sister. Kapatid na babae. Or sister. May isa akong nakababatang kapatid na babae. May isa akong nakababatang kapatid na babae. I have one younger sister. So this is the same thing that we discussed earlier with the word kapatid. So it's a gender-neutral noun. And you can add lalaki or babae for male, female respectively to make it into a gendered noun. So for kapatid na babae, to mean sister, you added babae, which is female. Asawa. Asawa. Wife or spouse. Asawa or wife or spouse. Ang aking asawa ay dating sumali sa Miss Universe. Ang aking asawa ay dating sumali sa Miss Universe. My wife was in the Miss Universe pageant. Wow, lucky you. And this is again what we were discussing earlier about the word asawa, which literally means spouse. So if you want to put a gender on asawa, you would say asawang babae for wife or asawang lalaki for husband. So because of the context, then you can tell that the speaker is referring to a female spouse, right? Biyenang babae. Biyenang babae. Mother-in-law. Biyenang babae. Or, mother-in-law. Ang aking biyenang babae ay napakabait. Ang aking biyenang babae ay napakabait. My mother-in-law is very kind. Oh, very lucky. You have a very scary father-in-law and a very kind mother-in-law. And we forgot to say something about biyenan, because biyenan, again, is a gender-neutral word. So, biyenan just means in-laws, right? When you want to emphasize that you're referring to the mother-in-law, then you would add, again, the word for female, which is babae. So, you would say biyenang babae. And then for males, you would say biyenang lalaki. Lola. Lola. Grandmother. Lola. Or grandmother. Hindi na ako namumukhaan ng aking lola. Hindi na ako namumukhaan ng aking lola. My grandmother can no longer recognize me. Oh, this is pretty sad. Katuwang. Katuwang. Partner. Katuwang or partner. Ang katuwang sa buhay ang iyong kasama sa hirap at ginhawa. Ang katuwang sa buhay ang iyong kasama sa hirap at ginhawa. Your partner in life is your companion through thick and thin. When you're thin and then when you become thick, that's what it means. Tia, tia, aunt, tia, or aunt. Mapagbigay ang aking tiya. Mapagbigay ang aking tiya. My aunt is generous, or tita, right? Now, being a tita is kind of like a frame of mind, right? You're lazy, you just want nice things, you just want to drink tea, you just want to relax, be experience the not be not be sweaty. If you're a tita, you're in everyone's business. Aside from all those things that I said. So imagine, you always would have titas that ask you, why aren't you still married, right? There are always those titas. They just have so much time, right? Okay, guys, that's it for this lesson. Hope you learned something new. Don't become a tita yet. Who is your favorite member of your family? How many are you and your family? And don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and visit FilipinoPod101.com to learn more Filipino. Hanggang sa muli!
Do you feel like you don't speak enough Filipino? That you need to know more words? Then stick around. With these lessons, you'll pick up some of the most common words in just a few minutes. Now, this video is a small portion of our learning program. To get the full lessons, translations, and Fluency Fast study tools, click the link in the description and sign up for your free lifetime account. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you going to talk about? After watching this video, you'll be able to answer this question and introduce a topic to give a simple speech. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking mga libangan.
Listen to it again.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
What are you going to talk about?
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking mga libangan.
I'm going to talk about my hobbies. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you going to talk about? That's,
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
listen to it again.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo? Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
This Filipino sentence literally translates as, about where the will share you, but it means, what are you going to talk about? Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa
topic. This Filipino sentence literally translates as, will talk me the about of topic. But it means, I'm going to talk about topic. For example, I'm going to talk about my hobbies.
ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking mga libangan. Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking mga libangan.
Here are a few more topics you can use with the same pattern. My hobbies.
Aking mga libangan. Aking mga libangan.
My hobbies.
Aking mga libangan.
My favorite food.
Aking paboritong pagkain. Aking paboritong pagkain.
My favorite food.
Aking paboritong pagkain.
My favorite place.
Aking paboritong lugar. Aking paboritong lugar.
My favorite place.
Aking paboritong lugar.
My favorite book.
Aking paboritong libro. Aking paboritong libro.
My favorite book.
Aking paboritong libro.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong pagkain.
What are you going to talk about?
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
I'm going to talk about my favorite food.
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong pagkain.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikukwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong lugar.
What are you going to talk about?
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
I'm going to talk about my favorite place.
Ikukwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong lugar.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong libro.
What are you going to talk about?
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
I'm going to talk about my favorite book.
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong libro.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what are you going to talk about?
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Imagine you're going to talk about your favorite food. Do you remember how to say, my favorite food?
Aking paboritong pagkain. Aking paboritong pagkain.
Say, I'm going to talk about my favorite food.
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong pagkain.
Now, answer the question saying you're going to talk about your favorite food.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong pagkain.
Now, imagine you're going to talk about your favorite place. Do you remember how to say, my favorite place?
Aking paboritong lugar. Aking paboritong lugar.
Say, I'm going to talk about my favorite place.
Ikukwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong lugar.
Now, answer the question saying you're going to talk about your favorite place.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikukwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong lugar.
Now, imagine you're going to talk about your favorite book. Do you remember how to say, my favorite book?
Aking paboritong libro. Aking paboritong libro.
Say, I'm going to talk about my favorite book.
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong libro.
Now, answer the question saying you're going to talk about your favorite book.
Tungkol saan ang ibabahagi mo?
Ikikwento ko ang tungkol sa aking paboritong libro.
In this lesson, you learned new vocabulary and phrases you can use in your everyday life to give a simple speech. You're now able to introduce a topic like a native speaker. Start by practicing in the comments below. Tell me and your fellow learners what you are going to talk about in your next speech. Lastly, don't forget to click the link in the description and download your PDF cheat sheets. You'll get useful phrases you need for everyday life for free. See you in the next lesson. Bye! Remember, here's what you can do to learn all of these words by heart. Drill these words with our spaced repetition flashcards, which will help cement these words into your long-term memory. Save them to the word bank, your personal vocabulary collection, where you can print out your own study sheets, or review the words with our looped vocabulary slideshow, and play it until you know all of the words. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to get these lessons and study tools.
Hi everyone! Kamusta? My name is Erica. Welcome to Filipino Top Words. For today's topic, we are going to talk about the top 25 phrases. Let's begin. Kamusta ka? Hello, how are you? The first phrase is kamusta ka? Hello or how are you? So when you're meeting someone for the first time, you try to be a bit more polite and say, instead of kamusta ka, you say kamusta po kayo, which is the same as hello, how are you? Magandang umaga. Good morning. So the next word is magandang umaga, which means good morning. People there are very, very warm, very kind. So it's very common to hear like people greeting each other when they pass by each other in the corridor and like in the classroom, for example, in the office. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Magandang tanghali. Good noon. So now what do we say when it's noon? We say magandang tanghali. Good noon. In the Philippines, especially during lunchtime, when you come in and then like it's everyone is eating, you always say magandang tanghali. And then when they hear you say it, you sound as if you're a native speaker. Magandang hapon. Good afternoon. Okay, so when the morning is done, noon is over, then what do you say? Magandang hapon. Good afternoon. Magandang gabi. Good evening. So if you want to say good evening, you say magandang gabi. Anong pangalan mo? What's your name? So what if you're going to ask someone for their name? So you say, anong pangalan mo? Or, what's your name? If you meet someone for the first time, if it's the morning, you say, good morning. What's your name? Magandang umaga. Anong pangalan mo? When you want to ask someone for their name, you need to be polite. So, you add po, which is the particle, and then you use the plural form of you. So you say, ano pong pangalan nyo? Ako si, I'm. If you are on the receiving end of that question, then you say, ako si, name. Or, I'm, name. Ako si Erica. I'm Erica. Ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. If you want to express now how happy you are to meet this new person, then you would say, ikinagagalak kong makilala ka. Nice to meet you. Since this is the first time you're meeting this person, you should use the polite form, which is, ikinagagalak ko po kayong makilala. Ayos lang ako. Ikaw? I'm fine. And you? When someone asks you, how are you? Of course, either you are okay or you're not. You will say, you are fine. So how do you say it in Filipino? You would say, ayos lang ako. Ikaw. In English, I'm fine. And you? Or if you're not okay, you can say, ayos lang ako. Ikaw. Paki, please. So if you want to ask someone for a favor, what would you say? In English, we say please. In Filipino, we use a prefix that we say as paki. We add to another verb. So for example, we say, please bring this to the office. Then you will say in Filipino, pakidala ito sa opisina. Salamat, thank you. Salamat or thank you. Walang anuman. You're welcome. Then you also want to be polite and say you're welcome. Or in Filipino, walang anuman. Oo. Yes. How do you express agreement in Filipino? You say oo, which means yes. Very simple. For example, there's an older person talking to you and you want to say yes. You should be a bit more polite and say opo. Hindi. No. So what if you want to say no? Then you use hindi. Or if you want to be polite, you say hindi po. Sige. Okay. So say you have a friend who asks you, do you want to drink with me all night, have party all night, you know, those kind of things. And then you say, yeah, fine, okay. So in Filipino, you say, sige. Paumanhin. Excuse me. So for example, you have an older colleague at work and this person is busy, but you need to ask her for something. So you say, excuse me. And in Filipino, you say, paumanhin or paumanhin po, to be more polite. Patawad. I'm sorry. If you did something really, really bad, then we use patawad. I'm sorry. Anong oras na? What time is it? So what does anong oras na mean? It means, what time is it? Nasaan ang CR? Where is the restroom? Nasaan ang CR? Or, to be polite, because even at that time, you have to be polite, even if it's like really urgent. You have to be polite, you say, nasaan po ang CR? Hindi ko alam. I don't know. Hindi ko alam. I don't know. If your boss asks you, oh, where is your office mate? This person? And then you don't know, then you say, hindi ko po alam. Sandali lang. Wait a moment. So if you say to your boss, because your boss is asking you, where is the report? You want to say, wait a moment. So you say, sandali lang po. So your friends came over to your house and you haven't taken a bath. You haven't fixed yourself. And then your friends just want to go out to have fun. But you want to say, wait a moment, wait a minute. Give me like an hour or something to at least get ready. So you would say, sandali lang. Magkano ito? How much is this? So you finally got dressed and then you went out with your friend and you are at the mall, like looking at some nice pearls, because in the Philippines we have lots of pearls. How will you ask the salesperson? So you can say, magkano po ito? Or if you're a friend, or if it's like a younger salesperson probably, you can just simply say, magkano ito? How much is this? Pwede bang makuha na ang bill? Could I get the check, please? After dinner, you want to pay because it's your treat, because you forced your friends to eat adobo. So you would ask the waitress or the waiter for the check. So how do you say it in Filipino? Pwede bang makuha ang bill? Could I get the check, please? Or, if you cannot remember all these, just simply do this. Tulong. Help. So you're walking in the street and then you're very not careful with your things. So you're walking, you're holding your bag like this, and someone stole your bag. Like, oh. you want to call for help. So what do you say? You say, tulong, help. And then the more you scream it, the more people will hear you. Hanggang sa muli. See you again soon. It's the end of the day, and you've had fun with your friends. So you tell your friends, oh, okay, bye. See you again soon. Which in Filipino is hanggang sa muli. But in regular conversations, you don't really say this. We tend to say, see you, or sige. That was the last word for today, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you learned new words. So what words have you heard? What words have you used before? Put them in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to FilipinoPod101.com. Bye!
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Filipino ebook before it's gone.